I want to come back to the strategy on the hill, but pausing just a moment because I can't get beyond like the voices in my head, or at least on LinkedIn. Anytime we start hearing about these narrow pathways, and I'm talking about the hemp operators or cannabis operators in some cases, to being like, oh, this is big bad alcohol coming for our space and trying to put it in their little box that is the big bad wolf. And how do you dispel that? Like, I know how to dispel it at this point, but I want to hear from you. What do you tell these people, and how do you get an organization like US Hemp Roundtable, which used to have a very kind of broad lens on this, and it seems like they very quickly find their narrative, and I can only presume that you've had a significant influence on that.
So I'll start with, if from the wine and spirit wholesalers perspective, if we wanted to get rid of hemp, then we wouldn't be advocating to regulate hemp. We'd be saying the ban was a great thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the alcohol industry is not, our view is not trying to take over the product. Rather, we're trying to share 90 years of experience in how to safely market and sell an adult product, and take those lessons and adapt them to this new category. I would also say to many of the people in the hemp industry to really look and dig down beneath the surface about what the impact of the three-tier system is. The three-tier system means that we have the most vibrant craft spirits, craft beer, and craft winery market in the world. We have a better system because of the separation of the tiers and the way that it prevents the largest of any one of the tiers from dominating the marketplace, that it allows it to be one of the most competitive consumer products on the market. And really, I think that the industry itself will benefit from the regulations. It will help it grow. It will help it remain innovative. I've been in this industry 20 years, and I've been through, in the beginning, it was all about flavored vodka when I started in this industry. Then bourbon had its giant renaissance, and brown liquors. Rye took off and on the coattails of bourbon, and now we've seen tequila become the fastest growing category. That's innovation in a 20-year period. If you take any 5-year period of that, the top brands rotate. The
Mm-hmm.
same thing will happen for the hemp industry if they adopt a similar regulatory structure. They're going to have an opportunity for new innovators to bring new flavor profiles, new products to the market, and it's going to remain competitive and vibrant.
How come, and I don't know if you actually have the answer to this, but how come people make specifically the distributors out to be the bad guy when in actuality it's like the retailers and the suppliers have a lot of power and you guys are stuck in between? But I've seen it so many times, especially out of certain states, maybe in the South, where yeah, distributors are the big bad wolf and the gatekeepers.
What I'll say is that's how the system was built. The distributors were meant to be the buffer between the supplier and the retailer, and essentially to take the slings and arrows from both sides. The whole point of the distributor existing is so that no producer can exert too much influence on a retailer. And now, as we have these very large retailers, no retailer can exert too much influence on a producer. There's a buffer in between. Sometimes when you're the buffer, you get squeezed.
Mm.
And so we do get blamed for all the negatives. If a supplier can't get on a retailer's shelf, oh, it's the wholesaler's fault. My wholesaler didn't get me put on the shelf. If a retailer can't get exactly the product they made because it's scarce or it's allocated, oh, my wholesaler won't give me the allocated products. When in reality, if there was no wholesaler, they'd just be blaming each other for the same conflicts.